So, this is your host, Steve from the back, coming at you again, raw and unscripted as always. So, I wanted to speak on this because it's just a wild subject. You've if you've been on my channel and you've seen videos to where I talk about. Okay, I'll give them this. Oranges are supposed to have seeds. So, I've talked about vegan-esque videos before, and I've explained my clear disdain for people's opinions on diet that comes from a perspective of a vegan perspective, saying that the meat products are bad, the meat products are toxic, the meat products, senseless slaughter, senseless torture of animals, yada, 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 yada. All that, all that speech, all that talk about you're torturing animals. Um, it's just as bad as you killing the animal. All this like virtue signaling, and if it's maybe it's not virtue signaling, it's just beliefs and stuff and opinions. And I'm like, when something is so means so little to you that it's making your head hurt that a person is talking about it, because it's like you just wish that you had a mute button, or you just wish like so it's, you know what I mean, right? Like where it's like, oh, are you seriously having a conversation about this? Really? Like it's actually putting you to sleep, literally. Like literally, I don't know if it's your brain's like a defense mechanism to escape the situation or something, or if it's like, or if it literally just does something that makes you go to sleep. But I feel like going to sleep when I hear people on YouTube try to put up a defense talking about like their disapproval of meat. I even heard someone say yesterday on some rant or something. They said, or some compilation, they said something like, "How could you eat meat? You're terrible." Like how, and it was this weird looking dude. Um, and I was just thinking like, dude, what are you talking about? Like, what are you even talking about? Like seriously, like what are you really talking about? So you mean to tell me you don't have more important issues in your life to fight for than caring about animals? You mean to tell me you personally don't have something else that you'd focus on, that you could be focusing on? I don't know, man. That's why it's just so alien to me. It makes me want to go to sleep. But so I was at a food pantry, and one of the ladies there, not today, it was another day, at a different food pantry. I turned down some of the vegetables they were trying. I think it was a squash or something, and she said, "Oh, it's good for you." And I didn't even argue, because I'm thinking like, I never argue with these people at the pantry, because one, I do kind of like them, and then two, it's not even worth my time. Like I cannot argue. I'm one of those people where literally I feel, this is gonna sound mean, but I really feel this. I feel it is almost beneath me to argue with people unless the basis is that you are literally asking me to argue with you or to convince you, because you have stated that you want to hear a second opinion. And by the virtue of that would make me think, okay, then it may be worth me explaining certain things, because at that point it actually may be worth me saying something instead of just being like, okay, all right, you can have your opinion, not mine. Agree to disagree or just whatever. Um, because man, I'm like, this is so stupid. But the point I'm trying to make is now, I believe that this whole it's funny because so many people say that about different things. They say it's good for you, right? Like, number one, saying it's good for you makes me believe that people have accepted the general belief system that doctors have pushed in people have pushed in media to basically put itself in the realm of common knowledge. Like, okay, like someone will say, "Oh, hey, broccoli is good for you," and it's like, "Oh, is it really that good? Like, how good is it for me? You know what I mean? Like, how does it rate on like what are your priorities? You get what I'm saying? Like, what are your real priorities, man? Um, okay, I didn't. I might have to get in. Usually, I feel like this rant can be more adult because usually it's not kids that you're even caring about what's vegan and what's not and all that. It's usually adults that watch meat and veggie videos and all that, right? So I can just get right in here. Um, and get down and dirty and be real about this. So let me ask you this: are you a woman? Do you care about your looks? Like seriously, what age woman are you? What age female are you? Are you a Are you even a adult, or are you a minor? Let me tell you this though, and listen to me really hard when I say this. Like really, really listen because I'm gonna save you. I'm trying to save you from pain, suffering. I'm gonna try to save you from trauma, from emotional trauma, and even maybe some physical trauma. I'm gonna try to rescue you. So please listen to this so-called old, because some of you younger kids out here call me old. I'm 34 years old. You think I'm old, whatever. But listen to an old friggin' man, right? Telling you if you are a female or a male, I don't care who you are. You want to be attractive? You want to look like a man? You want to perform like a man? Maybe you're on the wrestling team or something. Maybe you're on the football or basketball team. Maybe you're just an athletic person. As I'm talking to males now, maybe you're just a guy who just wants to be healthy, right? You're a young man. You want to be just as strong, just as healthy, just as attractive as all the other young men, right? You really think that your bones are going to develop, right? Like your shoulders, everything down to your toes, to your jawline, to your neck, to your muscles on top of your butt. Do you think that that is going to develop in a very attractive way if you are deprived of the very things that are going to make you look strong, manly, and you are because you actually have those hormones are in check. They're right working right how they're supposed to, you know what I mean? Or do you want to be a limp dick fucking pussy with no fucking jaw? You got friggin' gyno or something. You got man titties or something. You got a limp dick. You ain't growing facial hair yet. All the other boys got facial hair. You like what do you want? You know what I mean? Like do you want to be a man or do you want to grow up to be a gender neutral fucked up pussy boy that ain't getting no pussy, right? I have to say it like that because I want you to really hear this. I don't want you to be relaxed. You need to really hear this, right? And if you're a female out there, do you want to be some fucking flat as a board plank, no curves, no hips, no fucking ass and titties, your face is all fucked up. You ain't got no jawline because girls gotta have not gotta but girls the most attractive girls got a jawline too. A significant like type of fucking jaw. You know what I mean? It's just a thing. Do you want to look attractive, bitch? Minor, undeveloped bitch? Do you want to develop right, or do you want to be an ugly ass bitch? Do you want to have that vegan kid body where your torso's all blown up and your stomach's all blown up because it was full of fucking air and fiber and shit, and you didn't get enough meat, and you got no hips and all this shit. Your hormones are out of whack as a woman. You're growing hair like a man. You're not supposed to. Everything's fucked up. Your inside of your pussy's fucked up. You can't reproduce. You're trying to have a kid. When you want to actually have a kid, you can't have a kid right. You can't seem to hold fat on you, weight on you, your muscle tones limp. You're a bitch with a limp dick. Do you want to be that? Or do you want to be a good looking, voluptuous, or whatever, or athletic, strong, feminine woman that a real man will want and deserves, right? Do you want to be that, or do you want to be some, like I said, some gender neutral retard, tartar tot, fucked up pussy, limp dick pussy? Do you want to be something like that, or do you want to develop right? So as adults who are past that stage, really, like what would do? Like, do you want to have things you want to have? Do you want the performance you want physically? Do you want the performance you want in the bedroom? Do you want your body to actually function like a human body's supposed to, not this limp dick shit? Because that's what you're headed for, is this tired, lazy, flabby, limp tar dick shit. If you're dumb enough to destroy your body with all this veggie. That's not how the body works. That's not how it works. That's just not how it works. You want to become insulin resistant, right? And then you wonder why you look like a fucking hamster. It's like you literally look like a hamster. You got like rolls on rolls. It's like you can't seem to have what was it called? You can't seem to have a slab of muscle tone anywhere to save your goddamn life. Like your body is made out of fucking potted meat in I don't know, potted meat in fucking Spam or something with more fat. Like it's literally, you're just gelatinous. And you wonder why. You're like, well, goddamn, I'm just a round hamster ball, male or female. It's like, no, you're just you don't have any like muscle tone. You got no muscle. The most muscle you have is from carrying around all that fat. What the fuck's wrong with you? Or you're skinny like me, but you're skinny fat, so you're just like just a fat on bone. You ain't got no muscle. We're insulin resistant. All you do is carbs and veggies, different forms of carbs and veggies. You think you're gonna get your protein from fucking beans or some shit. Just stop it. Your teeth falling out and all this shit, man. Just stop the bullshit already. So I'm just telling you, like, you are setting yourself up for failure in destruction. It's all types of destruction. It's just nothing's gonna come good of you thinking that this is good for you, that's good. It's not good for you, bro. It is not good for you. They're lying to you. It's not that it's good. It's not that it's good for you. It's that in moderation. It's part of your diet that would be balanced in moderation. Not that it is a superfood. Not that it is good for you. Because no, it's not. In fact, it's a side dish. It's a little thing that has some, I don't know what to call them, vitamins, but whatever it has. Veggies are like a thing that is a side that literally helps your digestion to help you move everything else throughout your fucking bowels. That's pretty much its main function. That's mostly its main function. So just cut the shit. Stop it. Just stop. Okay? It just annoys me when people say like good for, because they're always trying to say something's good for you, but they never seem to say the right things are actually good for you. And I also have to say, like, for instance, some exercise would probably be good for you. That's what they always forget. It's like, oh, eat. They focus on diet. Eat this, eat that. Motherfucker, all you do is eat anyway. What are you talking about? Eat, eat, eat. Like, you think, oh, because you think you're gonna change the food and do no exercise. The problem is you don't fucking exercise enough. That's the fucking problem. It's not your diet. Your diet, yes, it's part of your diet. That's why, like I said, you're insulin resistant. But mostly it's because you don't exercise enough to start with. And then you're addicted to the foods that you're already eating. So come on, man, just stop. So it's bullshit. This, oh, it's good for you. Oh god, it's like I've been hearing that since like kindergarten. It's good. The problem is you think you've been brainwashed. That's what it is. People have been brainwashed to think that things are like good for like whole grains. Like they think that a coarse fibrous material that is wishing through your intestines is actually so healthy for you. Now, sometimes it's good for you because it can move things out, but they are missing the entire point. The point is you do not eat that in excess because the grains, because it's more potent. It's no. Like I said, it is a thing that you use in moderation, and it will help your digestion sometimes. And in some cases, it may even hinder your digestion, actually, depending on the person you are. Some people, if you already have issues, fibrous stuff in like whole grains is just going to make the issue worse. So that's not even a smart move. It's not a smart move, man. It's not. Don't try to go raw foods, whole this, whole. You're gonna mess yourself up worse than you already are. So, but you have to figure out what helps your digestion. You know, what is more easy on your digestion. You have to figure that out. I'm still figuring that out. I've had to figure that out over years. Uh, but I'm also going to say that this whole thing about like, oh, it's good for you. You also have to don't take it out of context because look, people generally people love taking things out of context. People like to say, "Oh, just do this because it's healthy." They don't think like, "Okay, what if that's not healthy for that person?" Like that person actually what they need to do is they need to cut out a lot of the sugar and the processed foods and they need to eat uh actual cooked food, and by cooked I mean, meat that was cooked, not saying they had to cook it, but meat that it wasn't processed already. You know what I mean? So they know that they're getting actual real protein in there. If it's vegetables, real raw vegetables or cooked vegetables. You get what I'm saying? Like in moderation, all of it combined in moderation, and make sure that it doesn't have a bunch of these like what do they call it? Chemicals and preservatives and all that stuff. Like making sure some people need that. Some people just need to just get up and fucking exercise. Like they can be healthy as they want. They're like, oh yeah, I have a balanced diet. I eat enough calories. I drink enough water. I do this. I eat that. But then it's like, but you don't exercise a lick. So you are a limp dick. You are a wet noodle. That's what you are. Just a limp. You know what I mean? Like your body is weak. So you need to exercise it. So you know what I'm saying? It's just a balance. But don't come at me, media and doctors and people. Don't come at me with this bullshit about, oh, this is good. This is good for you. No, you know what's good for you? What's good for you is good hygiene, making sure that you don't catch germs that'll actually kill you, and eating basic, very just based foods. Like I said, you need to eat a lot of protein because it regulates everything that's going on. You're made of it, literally. You're freaking made of this stuff. Like, what are you talking about? We're not made of plant matter. You know what I mean? It's like you need to have enough protein. Your diet needs to be balanced, and you need to get adequate exercise. You know what I mean? And it doesn't need to be extreme, but some people just need more exercise, and some people need different things. You know, so I'm only ranting on this because I'm just tired of hearing the same worn out, used up phrases that come out of people's mouths so many times, and they don't know what they're talking about. It's always the same thing. It's like, well, actually, that's healthy. Actually, that's good for you. Actually, it's always like, the fuck do you know? You're saying that shit because you've heard that shit off of TV so many times, or your mom said it, or you heard it from your neighbor, and everybody thinks they're. It's like almost like everybody wants to think that they're on the ball. Like you want to think you're on them, but you're not, bro. Like I hate to say it to you. Like I hate that a fucking black man that is old supposedly. I'm just joking, but you gotta say that some old fucking black dude, 34 years old, with fucking crooked ass glasses in a fucking room that is a nobody would have to tell you the real fucking truth. And you probably won't believe it. You're nobody. You're just some fucking black guy ranting with your fucking crooked glasses. It's like if you only fucking knew, there's so much shit I could literally tell you or teach you. You don't fucking know shit. That's the real truth. I hate to say it like, but you don't fucking know. It's actually making me a little bit mad right now because I'm serious. You don't fucking know shit. That's the actual truth. That's the actual fucking truth. I hate to say it like that, but that's the truth. You don't fucking know jack shit. And I could tell you and teach you some shit, but you won't listen. Because you're just gonna say, "Oh, who are you? You're not a nutrition. You're not a personal." My dad is actually a personal trainer. He actually became a personal trainer not too long ago. You know, good on him. I'm glad he actually did that because he's actually very cut out for that. He's always been like that. So, but me, oh, you're not a personal trainer. You're not a nutrition. How do you know? Okay, okay. All right, take that stance. All right, that's your logic. Okay, you can have that logic, and it would sound logic, but I'm telling you, there's just some things that sometimes you just don't know that somebody else knows. And what I'm telling you is concrete. This shit is concrete. It's actually proven, but you're just not you just don't pay any attention. The problem is you're not that smart to pay attention. You don't pay attention to certain people and realize who's lying to you and who's not. You don't look at the bone structure, right? You don't even do this. You don't look at the heritage of some of these people. And I'm about to really get up in somebody's ass real soon in a second, but hold on. I'm gonna get all up in your ass. You're gonna get mad, but I'm gonna get all up in your fucking ass about this. So you don't look at the ethnicity, the history of the genes and the families of some certain people, and you don't pay attention to their bone structure. You don't pay attention to why they look attractive or why they perform a certain way or why generally this or why that or why this, and you don't put two and two together, and you're not that clever to understand what's actually going on. And I'm sorry, but that just shows me how fucking dumb you are. I hate to get like this, but this is what I mean. It just shows me how fucking dumb you are. It shows me how you think you're so smart. And you're fucking dumb. You don't know jack shit. Like I said, you don't fucking know jack shit. And you're probably in denial about like 70% of what you think you know anyway. So it's total recipe for disaster because you're in denial about a lot of things anyway. A lot of you people, but so now I hate to do it, but I'm gonna have to get in my own black people's ass right now on this, right? Look here. As black people, we've always eaten meat and we've always eaten vegetables, right? We've always eaten both. Obviously. But I have noticed a dangerous trend, and this has not been going on for like recently. This has been going on for some years. I've noticed a dangerous trend of black people thinking that fucking veggies, wild ass fucking exotic ass spices. Now, don't get me wrong, spices. I'm just gonna keep it real. I like my hot spicy shit too. Okay, I like shit seasoned. I like different flavors. I like Caribbean food. I like Hispanic food. So okay. Look, we like that shit. Okay, whatever. It is tasty, right? It is tasty. But I'm gonna tell you this: all of that fucking spice. It's like it's always got to be hot. It's always spicy. It's good for you because it has it's what do they say? They were saying like it has variety. It's like all that fucking spices and fruits and fucking vegetables ain't shit. In fact, most of that shit is probably the reason why you're always fucking sick. Why you always have a cold. You know, why your throat and eyes and all this shit is fucked up. Huh. But some people, like I said, they want to get out here and say, oh, this is a health food. This is a superfood. It's like, you should eat this every day. You should drink this. Like, motherfucker, stop. You're killing us. Like, you're destroying our genes. Our genes are already fucked enough, but you're making our genes as black people even more fucked up. This is one reason why I hate to say it, but I'm going to say it. Someone's going to say, no, you did not just say that. I want to fucking say it. Sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's good to date outside your race and try to stretch out. Like, it's like try to interbreed with something way outside of your pool. Stretch it out. You got to stretch the shit out. We can't be inbreeding here. Catching fucking, sickle cell, high blood pressure, asthma, all this stupid shit, and just making it worse. It's just diabetes. Just stop. It's like you're pushing the very things that have already fucked black people over already, but now you're gonna try and say, oh, it's healthy or it's a superfood. Man, stop that bullshit. Stop, and you guys just eat it up. Because, like I said, we love certain things anyway, and I'm guilty of it myself. We love exotic, spicy shit. But that exotic, spicy shit is just that. That's all it is a fucking snack. It's some exotic, spicy ass shit. Some tasty shit. Doesn't mean that it's necessarily the best thing for your body or whatever in any way, shape, or form. In fact, the shit is practically convoluted in how do I say this? It's going overboard. You know what I mean? It's like going overboard. With some of these fucking spices. But hot sauce. Fucking hot sauce. Burn just fucking your throat up. Fucking everything up. Giving you heartburn on your intestines. Fucking everything up. Burning your ass when it comes out. Just everything. Fucked up. But whatever, hey, whatever you want to believe, man. But my whole point is this is like, you don't understand. What I'm really trying to say is, now, black people don't really understand. Like I said, it's like hereditary things, physical attributes, features, bone structure. They're not paying attention in performance. They're not always paying attention. Some of you people, I'm going to say, not all of you, but some of you, you're not paying attention to that. You're just dumb as fuck. I hate to say, but you're dumb as fuck. You're just like, yeah, I seen that on TV. I seen so and so on the channel, or I seen so and so play in the game, or whatever. It's like, you don't analyze it enough. You're not really you're missing the key points of like, why does that person look like that? Girls and guys, we want to look good, or we want our kids to look good, or whatever. You always want a certain type of looks. You don't understand with the science that's going on behind all of this. You don't get it. You're just not getting it. You're just numb. You're just like, you just wish and watch. You're just watching and admire shit like, oh. You don't understand what's even going on, man. So I'm gonna cut this rant here. The biggest factor really is this: you can believe what you want, but just because you think because you heard it from the TV, you grew up watching Bill Nye the fucking Science Guy, you watch YouTube, I don't know, you read vlogs or something, your grandma says this, everybody in your neighborhood says this, your culture says this, or whatever it is that's telling you bullshit. It is just that. It's bullshit. It's not true. And you're missing the point entirely. You're literally missing the biggest key points that would actually help you in your life, or help you to change this or change that, change habits that you have. Or, it may be too late. So for those of you who are like I said, you're developing, that's the best time actually for you to understand what the true knowledge of this whole diet and food and activity thing is. Okay, when you're developing, that's the most crucial time period when you need to learn this stuff. When you're developing, or when you people who are like either trying to have children, or you are a female who is pregnant or whatever in nursing, this is when you need to know this knowledge, and it's the most crucial for you. When you're sick, like let's say when you get sick and you're on your back and you're in the bed or something, and friggin' you're so sick that you feel like you may need to go to the emergency room, stuff like that. That's when this stuff is crucial to know. Like, what should you be putting in your body? What's going to keep you strong? Because you're already compromised, what is going to actually help you to stay strong and help you to like nurse your way through this trauma that your body's experiencing? Like when I got COVID, right? I'll be honest with you. You know what I mostly ate most of, which may surprise some people. I ate mostly pork chops, and it was because pork chops was what was there. Pork chops was what was in my freezer, right? I was very weak. I didn't go to the hospital. I stayed mostly in bed. You know what I mean, for my COVID. Wasn't supposed to be going anywhere, so it was out of the question for me to think I was gonna. I mean, I was weak as hell anyway. My spine was all messed up, But for me to try to walk to the closest store to buy food, that's out of the question. And I don't have someone I can send to the store to buy food that I could trust and send to the store to buy. I don't know. So that was out of the question. So I had to work with what was there, right? And the biggest thing that I ate was actually sometimes it was eggs, and it was mostly pork chops. Just straight up normal pork chops you buy from the store. But the thing was, it may not be the highest quality protein. But the thing is this. The thing is, I knew that not saying I had to flood my body with protein, but I'm saying I knew the most important thing is that protein, because it's kind of like the glue. It's like I could have eaten more carbs. I could have eaten more vegetables. What's that going to do any good? That's just cyclical. That's like, okay, you're going to digest that. It doesn't. It's not like you get what I'm saying? It's not literally the fabrics of your body. I mean, literally, like literally the sinew, the friggin' fascia, the muscle tissue, all of that. All of these different type of tissues you have in your body are all protein based. You need protein to not only to keep those things, strong, but how am I trying to say this? I'm trying to say like basically when you're forming as a child, when you're a child, you needed that protein to get growing, to get strong. You know what I mean? And you still need it. So all of this horseshit, all this horseshit that you guys keep pushing, and I don't really know why this is a thing either. I don't know what's the backstory to this, or what's the big secret of why people want to try to push this thing, this vegan shit. But it's bullshit, man. It's bullshit if I ever heard it. So I've been long-winded enough as always. This is your host, Steve from the back. If you like this channel, you like these crazy ass rants that always go off the rails, rants that hurt people, rants that hurt people's soul. Well, it depends on who you are. You know what I mean? It ain't hurting me. If you like this type of content, you like this channel, subscribe. This is Steve's Art and Fun channel, and have a good one.